Let's now focus on the Akasha brothers' story and the four men who were charged with directing a major heroin trafficking ring who were extradited to the United States from Kenya. And we understand their lawyers were making statements here in Nairobi. Let's just cross over there and listen in.
Do you have the three arms of the government? And number three, are they operating independently? Or do we have political interference in the judiciary and rights of the accused? The United States government filed a case with the Kenyan government to extradite the alleged fugitives. And the law is very clear that where you have committed a crime, you are given a course of action. You can commence a course of action in the courts of law. The fugitives did the same. They commenced a course of action, and they had lawyers to represent them in court. And I was appointed as one of the lawyers to represent one of the accused. We have done well in court. We have fought for our clients, or particularly myself fighting for my client. And we have come to a very comfortable zone where the judicial system of this country looked like it was working. Because they said, we need the Americans to come and testify. We need the FBI and any other person who was involved in that case, in any manner whatsoever, to come in court, because the Constitution is very clear. It says that every accused person has a right to confront his accuser, look at him, and ask him questions. And it's up to the courts to decide. That's the stage where we were. The last time I was in court was on 26th in the High Court, before Justice Chepkwony, and 26th is actually last week, or a week before. And what transpired then was that the State Counsel, through Mr. Alexander Mteti, had actually gone to review the magistrate's order that the accusers should not be presented in court. We were also supposed to appear in court on the 30th, but as you know, things happened. The Americans came in our soil, in our sovereignty, and when they came in, they abducted my client. After abducting my client, they hid my client. They kept him incommunicado. He could not even speak to his lawyer. And what we realized later on is that he was being bundled in the Southern District Court of New York. The question I tend to ask is, why did we have to get this treaty signed in the first place? The extradition treaty between Kenya and the United States. Why did we have even to debate and put in clauses in that treaty? Why should the government now come out and usurp the power of the courts and deliberately hand over innocent people? I mean innocent people, because they were still in court, and unless the court said otherwise, unless the state said otherwise to prove them guilty, then they were innocent. Kenya has got a dictatorial policy of abducting or letting other nations to come in, abduct Kenyan citizens or foreigners who have come to seek refuge in this country, and taking them away while we laugh. The first person to be abducted was Öcalan, the leader of PKK in Turkey. The second person to be abducted, I don't know, but there are many. And now here we have had another abduction. And the government has not issued even a press release, government statement to tell us what transpired. Neither the opposition. Neither the opposition. I'm asking Uhuru Kenyatta and I'm asking Raila Odinga to come open and clear on this matter, because Kenyans are looking at them. Kenyans are looking at them as our leaders. We cannot make laws that can be abused through, through diplomatic or executive declarations. The rule of law is the rule of law. And as I speak today, I'm very pained because I don't know what to say or what I will tell the children of the suspect. If I met them, what will they tell me? They said, you are a lawyer to our dad. Where is our dad? And that's why I've come to wash this out clearly, in that should they ask me a question, or should Kenyans ask what has been going on, I'll tell them. As you have seen other lawyers on this case, they have called press conferences, they have spoken, and nobody interfered with them. I have also called mine. I have also called my press conference to air my view. And as an international lawyer, and as a human rights lawyer, and as a constitutional lawyer, it will be very absurd for me to keep quiet. Then why did I have to go to law school? So whatever has happened, ladies and gentlemen, is very sad, and we should speak out. We should speak up against the oppressed.